So we are here in Parliament where the Finance Minister, Honourable Ken Ofori Atta, is delivering the 2024 budget presentation. In a few minutes, the House had to take a recess for a number of minutes to allow for the Minister to come in. I have here with my colleague, Nimatu Yakubu, who is our parliamentary correspondent and our head of Africa page at Ghana. Nimatu, how are things so far, and what intel are you taking on the ground so far?
Also, we are hoping to see the minister briefly. He's around, and usually they would have to meet before he enters the chamber. So the parliament is on suspension, so we are hoping that when they return in 10 minutes, it should be back. However, this budget review is one of the most important one because it comes at a time we went into an IMF deal. So the speaker even indicated that it is very critical one because even the MPs do not know what happened in the IMF deal. So we are hoping to hear from the minister what he has for us, what is the breakdown of the IMF deal. But I've been picking reactions from the minority, and they believe that there is nothing new. They said there is nothing inside. In fact, some judge who I spoke to described the budget as a rubbish one because there is nothing inside. He said that Ken Ofori Atta is actually, yes, is actually just coming to say what the IMF has written for him. That is what he claimed. Jinapa is also saying that he believes we are going to introduce new taxes that will cost the state or bring the state over 11 billion. Yeah, so there have been a lot of reactions, but to us and to me as a journalist, what I want to know is I'm more concerned about is the taxes on sanitary pad because it has been something of concern to everybody. Taxing sanitary pads. So we are hoping government either removes or reduce the taxes on sanitary pads. These are some of the things we are expecting, but we are hopeful that this budget will be a good one for ahead of 2024.
So I, for one, have been speaking with the Honourable Dr. Stephen Ambwa. He's been sharing his thoughts. So when I asked him what he's expecting from the budget, he gave me a very vague response that we should wait till we read it. And it kind of gave away a little bit that there were going to be some taxes. And the concern is we're already under an IMF program for a 3-year period. And this is basically the last budget that this government, the NPP government, is going to read before we enter into an election year. So we have to wait and see whether we'll be spending more, especially because during election years we tend to see a lot more spending. And the concern is we still have a lot of revenue loopholes. GRA and all the other bodies are not able to accrue the revenue just like the way we expected. So the expectation is we'll be waiting to see whether government would be innovative in some of the taxes it will introduce.
I wonder why government will introduce taxes at the time we are facing economic crisis because times are hard.
Yes.
It also is part of the reason Parliament will be holding its workshop in Parliament instead of
to save costs.
Yes, to save costs. The speaker is concerned, everybody is concerned, but we don't know. They are people in power and they know better. But we are just hoping that enough of the taxes. I think that will go a long way to help Ghanaians, and it will be a good budget if new taxes are not introduced. But we are hoping for the best. We are expecting to come. But the interesting thing is that for the first time in history, the finance minister came with a green bag.
Yeah,
and then
he usually comes with a brown
bag. So
black or
I
brown
guess
sometimes.
maybe could it be the IMF meeting speech?
We definitely have to wait and see.
Yes.
But for me, I'm looking for some expenditure cuts in the budget because we still have a very bloated government. It's been a concern to many people, especially economists and stakeholders.
Travel expenditures
a lot. I mean, we have too many people in government, so if we can at least trim down the numbers or merge some ministries, I think it's going to really help.
And also, this is a crucial one because elections, 2024 elections, we want to know government what they have for us, the expectations and the budget. So this is going to be a good budget. I don't know, but I foresee it to be a good budget unless new taxes are introduced. But let's see what it has for us.
So I'll be doing this with my colleague Nimatu Yakubu of Ghana Web, and she's our head of our parliamentary correspondent here in Parliament. So we've been talking about the Finance Minister's presentation, which will be taking place in some few minutes. The House is currently on a very brief recess, and we'll be waiting for the Finance Minister to present that 2024 budget before Parliament. I am Malia Hodnega, and this is Ghana Web TV.